محمد هدينا خير المرسلين، نرجو عطف الغالي طه بنذرا يروينا. حبيبي طه على الخلق جاها، أثنى رب الكون عليك بآي أوحى.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه، ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، ونشهد ان لا اله الا الله ونشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله. فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ذلكم بما كنتم تفرحون في الأرض بغير الحق وبما كنتم تمرحون ادخلوا أبواب جهنم خالدين فيها فبئس مثوى المتكبرين. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كيف أنعم وصاحب القرن قد التقم القرن واستمع الإبل متى يؤمر بالنفخ فينفخ، فكأن ذلك ثقل على أصحاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال قولوا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Honorable ulama kiram, kuffar kiram, respected elders and brothers, there are two things in particular which I would like to discuss. The first of all being that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks of two instances. Number one, those actions which are performed on special occasions. Allah says, Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. Allah says, the night of power is better than 1,000 months. Then, Man ahya laylatay al-eidain, that person who revives the night preceding the day of Eid, for him is great reward. That person who performs one farad in the month of Ramadan, كَانَ كَمَنْ أَدَّى 70 فَرِيضَةً فِي مَا سِوَاهُ, will enjoy the privilege of performing 75. The first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, there's great merit, there's great reward, there's great virtue. But all these are here occasions, all these occasions are attached to special days. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about those instances which are not attached to special occasions, but are performed at a time when generally the masses are negligent of Allah. The masses are heedless or oblivious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the reward for that is outstanding. The reward is subhanallah. In Hayat al-Sahaba, in the 4th volume, on the authority of Ibn Abi Dunya, he makes mention, he says, Iltaqa rajulani fi as-suq. Two people met in the marketplace. Now we look at the marketplace today. They have been deliberately designed to take you away from Allah wa ta'ala. And they have been created in such a way that you will find, and Quran reminds us that night per se, many people take shelter under the night for sin. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبْ. And we ask protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah for protection from what? From darkness when it envelopes. When we cite the crescent, what's the dua that we recite? أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِن شَرِّ هَذَا الْغَاسِقِ. And the evil that comes with the night. And there are many, many evils that comes with the night which we are familiar with. And how many youth of ours are indulged in these evil activities. Allah forbid, and Allah take him away from these kind of evil activities that are out there. So anyway, these two people met in the marketplace. التقى رجلان في السوق فقال أحدهما للآخر. The one said to the other, تعال نستغفر الله في غفلة الناس. come, let us remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you look at that individual, he goes into a marketplace. I mean, he's barely, number one, he's returned from the cemetery, from the graveyard, whom he's just buried a beloved one. Someone he was very attached with, and he loved the individual. Now that separation, and he's lamenting that separation as well. But that same individual goes into the mall, he enters from one entrance and exits from another. You will see the condition of his heart has totally changed. But what about those places which have been deliberately designed for sin? And Allah forbid, many of us crave to go to those kind of places just to satisfy our ego, our anxiety, our restlessness in us. Now you see what Ibn Kathir has written. Under which verse? وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَشْهَدُونَ الزُّورِ. Ibn Kathir has written, he has said that Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu, he says az-zur refers to the festive occasions of non-Muslims. And it's quite amazing that we will find that our people, and Muslims in fact, we will enjoy the festivities of others and let going and not enjoying our own festivities which are permitted in Islam. Our children crave for other festivities because we have indoctrinated the ideologies of others and their festivities in our children. We understand that yes, the school is doing it, but we then further it by taking them out, enjoying these kind of festivities. But when it comes to the day of Eid, or when it comes to any festivity for that matter, which is got to do with permitting with Islam, you'll find that our children don't crave for it, and it's just a practical and normal day. So Ibn Kathir, he says that az-zur refers to the festive occasions of non-Muslims. Imam Malik rahimahullah says, az-zur refers to a gathering where wine is being consumed. Qatada rahmatullahi alayhi says, az-zur refers to a gathering where music takes place. Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah says, az-zur refers to a gathering where dancing takes place. So, وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَشْهَدُونَ الزُّورَ وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِاللَّغْوِ مَرُّوا كِرَامًا. Understand, Allah says a believer will never indulge in such activities, but it is inevitable that we will have to pass by such kind of gatherings. Yes, we do not crave, a believer will never crave to go inside these casinos, goes inside these clubs, these pubs. A Muslim, a true believer will never crave. But it is inevitable that we will pass by such gatherings. I mean, you're flying in the plane, and two people in front of you doing the most despicable actions. I mean, where do you move from there? You can't go anywhere from the plane. So, and then you have these festivities, carnivals, parades. I mean, we just had recently, a week ago, the nude bike parade. Where do we move from there? You see, our children are exposed to it. So again, we've got to understand, how do we go past these kind of festivities, these carnivals? Allah, Ibn Kathir writes, وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِاللَّغْوِ مَرُّوا كِرَامًا. A believer will never attend such places, but it's inevitable that they will have to pass by such places. But how does he pass? Ibn Kathir writes, number one, he will lower his gaze. Number two, he will hasten his pace. Number three, he will regard the crime to be despicable, but he will love the sinner. Number four, he does not consider himself superior to the sinner. That's the definition of kirama. Ibn Kathir writes, let me repeat it again. Ibn Kathir writes, the definition of kirama is, number one, a believer will never attend such kind of places, but he will have to pass by. Lower his gaze, hasten his pace. He will regard the crime to be despicable, but he will love the sinner. And number four, he does not consider himself superior to the sinner. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, he complied with this here. And the Prophet ﷺ heard about it, and he said, congratulations Ibn Mas'ud, in the description of Allah, you are Kareem from today. And it's a sad reality. Many of us, we will not attend those kind of places, but we will crave to go inside there. And we will love the crime, the evil crime, more than the perpetrators. Because we can't get in, and we know that we can't get in because we are believers, but we will love the crime more, and we will want to get in. Unfortunately, this is the sad reality that we are living in this kind of world. And the whole aspect of what we have to live is, really brothers, we've got to open ourselves up. That we are living in such communities which are isolated in this little bubble of ours. We need to learn to expand ourselves, adhere, allow others to see what a beautiful religion Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. I was just reading just before coming to Blackburn regarding an individual in Australia. Amazing. He was absolutely fed up that how the Muslims have been targeted regularly by the normal media, the mainstream media, and how they tarnish the image of Islam and how they tarnish the Muslims. So he says, I made my responsibility for myself. I first, number one, want to be educated regarding Islam. I want to know what this religion entails. So he went on a quest. And the quest was, I want to meet up with the Muslims, the real Muslims are out there. I don't want to learn anything from the mainstream media because they're absolutely biased. I need to see the bigger picture. So he then attended the masjid. He met with some of the brothers, and then he had his own personal questions. And then he had his questions and so forth, that eventually, he didn't accept Islam. It was got nothing to do with him coming into the fold of Islam, but rather to inquire that why are the Muslims being tarnished regularly in the mainstream media. Anyway, he went with the Muslims, he sat with them, he ate with them, he had discussions with them, he went to various different masajids, he had discussions with the imams, with the scholars, and then it came to a conclusion, and this is his theory, that I've met with the people, the Muslims of Australia, and I found them to be not much different than me. Just like they have children, I have children as well. Just like they crave to eat and go out to eat with their families, so do they. Just like they go out to these fun fairs and they enjoy themselves in the sun, they like swimming, they like surfing, they like fishing, they like camping, they like hunting, they like to do everything just like how we like to do. There is nothing much difference. Unfortunately, it's the mainstream media which has displayed the Muslims and have tarnished their image to such an extent that we have created grudge against the Muslims. When the majority of the Muslims, yes, there are a handful of Muslims which then take things upon their own shoulders and they want to then rebel or retaliate against the people. But the majority, and 99.5% of the Muslim community, you will find they are absolutely like us. There isn't much difference at all. So again, what do we learn from the lesson of that brother who wanted to investigate about Islam is we've got to learn to open ourselves up. Show them the beauty of our religion. Let's not be absolutely isolated in our little bubble. Allow them into our Ramadan as well. Allow them to see the beauty of Ramadan, the fasting. Allow them, let them also break the fast. Allow them to also fast. Why don't you fast 18, 19 hours so you can enjoy and see? So that when you fast, you will understand how the less fortunate or how that poor man has to live on the street without consumption of anything or consuming anything. So that's the aspect of it. We've got to open up. You know, there was a time where we would expect people to come to us. Unfortunately, we have come to a point in time that we have to go out and bring people to the masjid. Bring them and show them the true picture of Islam. Until we don't step up the mark, we will continue to be tarnished, we will continue to be ridiculed, we will continue to be butchered and slaughtered in the media that is out there today. Look at the bigger picture that unfolds before us. So anyway, these two people met in a marketplace. فقال أحدهما للآخر, the one said to the other, تعال نستغفر الله في غفلة الناس. Come, let us remember Allah. ففعل, they remembered Allah تبارك وتعالى. In the interim, one of them passed away. So the one that passed away and the one that was alive, he actually seen the one that passed away in his dream. So he said, "Ma fa'ala Allahu bik?" What did Allah do with you? He said, "It's absolutely amazing. علمت أن الله غفر لنا عشية التقينا في السوق." Do you remember when we met in the marketplace and then we were talking and then suddenly you said, "Come, let us remember Allah." Believe me or not, Allah used that on the pretext and forgave all my sins and entered me into Jannah. So no auspicious occasion, there was nothing fancy about that night. It was absolutely normal. And that's what they did. They remembered Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when generally the masses are negligent of Allah. You know, Mawlana Shaykh Ali Thanwi rahmatullahi alayhi said, he writes that I consider every Muslim superior to me and I consider every non-Muslim potentially superior to me. So it's amazing how we value our time, especially in the month of Ramadan that we have, capturing every moment that we have, and how beautiful this fasting has made us humble ourselves. So many days of fasting we have, 23 days of fasting we've done, we have humbled ourselves. Now we have constrained our desires. Shaykh Abdul Fattah Abu Buddha rahimahullah, he writes regarding our pious predecessors, how they engage their time. It's absolutely fascinating and amazing. He says, and he writes, that Ibn Abi Dunya, in his lifespan, he compiled 1,000 kitabs. Then he further writes, Ibn Asakir rahimahullah, he compiled history alone in 80 volumes. On the strength of Allama Suyuti rahimahullah, he writes that Hafiz ibn Shahin rahimahullah, he actually reached the climax. In his lifespan, he compiled 330 kitabs, out of which one was tafsir, which was compiled in 1,000 volumes. Al-Musnad, which was compiled in 1,500 volumes. Safely I can say, what they have compiled, we cannot read. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, in his lifespan of 57 years, compiled 500 kitabs. The famous book that we do in our Dar al-Ulum, Jalalain, he writes that I compiled the 15 chapters of the Quran in the duration when Moses went to meet Allah, and that was 40 days. I began from the 1st of Ramadan and completed on the 10th of Shawwal. This is just to make us understand that how these people engage their time. I'm not saying that we have to do exactly the same, but what we can do is at least the remaining days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with, engage it fruitfully so that we understand the blessings of the month of Ramadan. Engage fruitfully. Don't allow these days to just pass by. Engage, amazing. It says regarding fasting itself, it humbles a person. Undoubtedly it does. I was, when Shaykh Riyad al-Haq, Hafidahullah, when he mentioned regarding a very amazing person, regarding a Greek philosopher, who was a mathematician and who was a scientist as well. His name was Pythagoras. Now regarding him, Sheikh mentioned, and I thought it's absolutely amazing that we mention it. His name is Pythagoras. He writes that prior to me writing one of the exams of entrance into a university, I fasted for 40 days. It was asked that why did you fast for 40 days? And when I read about this particular man, it was quite fascinating that he fasted for 40 days because this is his particular experience, that when I fasted, I would see that I'm more alert, I'd be able to do my ibadah better, that my focus, my ability has reached higher than normal, as I would on a normal basis if I would be consuming something. And that's not all. What I did then afterwards, after enrolling and I went past and I graduated from the university, whoever wanted to sit in my discourse or my seminar or my class, they would have to fast for 25 days before they can enroll. This is what regarding fasting itself. It has been said regarding the Chinese that they fast regularly, approximately 40 days consecutively. 40 days. We only do it for 29 or 30. It's 40 days consecutively. Regarding the Hindus, they fast on the 11th of every month. Rasulullah told us, the white fast. Fast 13, 14, 15. And here we don't fast at all. Why? Because it's optional. It's something where we just discard it, disregard it. Mondays and Thursdays. This was a habit of the Prophet ﷺ fasting. I'm not going to go into the scientific benefits of fasting on Mondays and Thursdays, which balances the entire week. But this is something which we need to contemplate, that after the month of Ramadan, the least I can do is fast on Mondays and Thursdays, or the 13th, the 14th, or the 15th of every single month. Moving on further. The riwayat appears in Ibn Majah. Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he comes in, and Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam is consuming, is eating. Al-ghada ya Bilal. Bilal, come and join us. Inni sa'imun ya Rasulullah. O Prophet of Allah, you will accept my apology of fasting. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, Ash'arta ya Bilal anna as-sa'im yusabbihu 'idhamuhu wa yastaghfiru lahu al-malaika ma ukila 'inda. Bilal, you know when a fasting person is observing the fast, where food is being consumed, where you are fasting and everybody is eating, every organ in his body praises Allah, every angel and on every heaven perpetually asks Allah for his forgiveness. Bilal, this is your condition, that when we are eating, you are fasting. And then Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam then said, Inna lanakulu arzaqana wa rizqu Bilalin fil Jannah. That we are having our share in this world, Bilal's share is in Akhirah. Again, this is amazing regarding Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Yet being a non-Arab, he surpassed. He reached such heights that his footsteps were heard in Jannah as well. That's the likes of Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. You want to know how this man went to propose? Amazing. You know, when we go to propose and ask the lads who are getting married, you'll see how they propose. They go with big kunjas, right? Big presents. They want to present it to the in-laws, so they become fascinated. Oh wow, okay, they came with such big presents. How did he present himself to his future father-in-law? Ana Bilal wa hadha akhi. I am Bilal and this is my brother. Abadani min al-Habasha. That we were two slaves from Abyssinia, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala liberated us. Further on, he says that if you give me the hand of your daughter, then alhamdulillah. And if you reject, Allah is greatest. That's all. That's all he said to his future father-in-law. And that was it for Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And then he gave his daughter. So it's amazing how we obviously present ourselves. But we've got to understand that Islam is absolutely simple. And make it simple, don't make it difficult. Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when Islam started conquering, everybody was rejoicing. Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu started crying. People asked him, why are you crying? Shouldn't we be rejoicing when we're conquering? So he said, no, one verse makes me cry. أذهبتم طيباتكم في حياتكم الدنيا واستمتعتم بها. Allah will say, you have your joy in this world, there is no joy for you in Akhirah. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam says, there will be a time where it will come, فَإِنَّ أَرَاكُمْ أَيَّامَ الصَّبْرِ, which will be the days of endurance. فَمَنْ صَبَرَ فِيهِنَّ, whoever will persevere on the obedience of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, فَمَنْ صَبَرَ فِيهِنَّ قَبَضَ عَلَى الْجَمْرِ, is like holding onto a live coal. لِلْعَامِلِ فِيهِنَّ, and whoever is in the obedience of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, when nobody wants to be obedient to Allah, أَجْرُ خَمْسِينَ رَجُلًا, will get the reward of 50 people. The Sahaba radiallahu anhum, They questioned the Prophet ﷺ, "O Prophet of Allah, you want to make it a bit more explicit? There's a degree of ambiguity in what you have said. Will they get the reward of 50 of those people or 50 of us?" Nabi ﷺ said, "It is obvious, my Sahaba, بَلْ خَمْسِينَ مِنْكُمْ." They will get the reward of 50 of you, my Sahaba. Definitely, oh brothers, we will never be able to excel the likes of Sahaba simply because they have seen the golden era. They have seen the Quran being revealed. They've seen the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We will never be able to excel the likes of Sahaba. But yes, it's the action performed. That's what we'll get the reward for. 50 of the reward of the Sahaba, the reward, the ibadah that they do. But we will never be able to excel the likes of Sahaba. Once the Prophet ﷺ is in this discussion, then he engages the Sahaba. And then he said, أَيُّ الْخَلْقِ أَعْجَبُ إِلَيْكُمْ إِيمَانًا. Oh my Sahaba, tell me whose iman leaves you the most impressed. So they said, Al-Malaikatu ya Rasulullah. We admire the faith of the angels. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, وَمَا لَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ وَهُمْ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. What is so outstanding about their iman when they are perpetually engrossed in the obedience of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala? يُسَبِّحُونَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ لَا يَفْتُرُونَ. They are perpetually engrossed in the obedience of Allah. Ka'ab bin Ahbar says, for angels to worship Allah is like how me and you breathe. So yes, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, yes, there's great merit, there's great virtue. Absolutely, undoubtedly. But then again, they have the factor because of the presence of Allah. They are in the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 24/7. Then they said, okay, well, how about the prophets? Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam refused and rejected that as well. He said, وَمَا لَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْوَحْيُ يَنْزِلُ عَلَيْهِمْ. What is so outstanding about the iman of the prophets? When they have a medium and that link which attracts people towards them, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is revelation which is exclusive to Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. So what is so outstanding about their iman? So they said, "O Prophet of Allah, how about our iman? وَمَا لَكُمْ لَا تُؤْمِنُونَ وَأَنَّ بَيْنَ أَظْهُرِكُمْ." What is so outstanding about your iman when you see the golden era? You've seen me, you've seen the Quran being revealed. Then the Sahaba said, "O Prophet of Allah, only Allah and you know. Nobody else knows, we don't know." Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, "Listen, O my Sahaba, it is those individuals of mine, those followers of mine, who will come thousands of years, centuries later, who have not seen the Quran being revealed, who have not seen me, but they will give their life for me and they will believe in me and my Quran." It is those individuals whose iman will lead Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the most impressed. Who is the Prophet of Allah talking about us? The likes of us. We have not seen the Quran being revealed. We have not seen the golden era. We have not seen the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yet we believe in him and we are ready to give our life for him. One Sahabi was sat before Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. He said, "Tuba liman ra'aka wa amana bik." How fortunate are we that we have seen you, we've embraced you. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, "You're right, you're absolutely correct. Tuba sab'a marratin liman lam yarani wa amana bi." 7 times is more fortunate is the one who hasn't seen me but believed in me. And today, one thing that comes in, a wedding comes in, and that person who is being absolutely diligent in observing the obedience of Allah wa ta'ala, a wedding comes in the family, and there's suddenly the rules and the regulations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is breaking one after the other. Understand that the Sahaba, they use the evil environment to intensify their efforts. We use it to justify our wrongs. Understand it. Sahaba, they use the evil environments to intensify their efforts. We use it to justify our wrongs. And that's the biggest problem of ours. And that's the downfall of this ummah. Because the Sahaba, every time they look for an opportunity and they push themselves forward. Whereas we look at the evil environment and we take a step backwards. When we're supposed to take that step forward, yes, we will find a lot of criticism, dehumanization towards the Muslim community. That doesn't mean that we take a step back. Take a step forward. Do it. Be proactive, not reactive. Proactive. Move forward. As a community, we need to push ourselves. We are so reactive that we wait for others and other things to unfold, and then we want to participate. Be proactive. Before they can even mention anything, we are there on the forefront. Which amazingly, we know recently what happened in London regarding the Tower Block. And yes, the government has given £5 million, but then that money has not been distributed. And when I was reading the interview of one of the ladies, she was mentioning that there's been no money being distributed from the government. What is quite fascinating, that I found the National Zakat Foundation giving money out to those people who have been absolutely distressed and lost, and who have lost everything. National Zakat Foundation were on the forefront. Proactive, not reactive. They didn't wait for the government to give their 5 million, but rather they were proactive and they were there first. Let us give, let us stand up first, be proactive. And that's what we've got to do as a community. Not just sit back and relax and things to unfold. Gone are those days where we used to wait for others to do it and then we would join in. Gone are those days. Now it's time that we need to step up to the mark and move and push ourselves forward. That's what we've got to do, because otherwise we are going to continuously face these attacks that's going to come from one angle, because it comes from one angle, then it comes from another angle. And we will not be able to stop these attacks. Because this is something which is not new to us. It is exactly what happened to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. These are things that are coming to us in the 21st century today. Proactive amongst our own religion. And the sad reality is, and I've got to point this out, many a youth find it below their dignity to address or to adorn themselves in the Sunnah garb. And I'm going to say this very bold as well, that many a youth find it beyond their dignity to adorn themselves in the Sunnah garb, in the Sunnah attire. So they're walking in the streets, in the marketplaces or the malls, they find it below their dignity. I understand that when you have to go to work, there's a uniform that you have to comply to. I'm not talking of that. I'm talking of in general basis. Why are we so that we find it below our dignity to adorn the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? We should be proud. We should be emulating, imitating the likes of Sahaba and the Prophet and the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. Unfortunately, our sisters and our youngsters, they are emulating and imitating such sports stars or celebrities or superstars, actors and actresses, whether it's got to do with Bollywood or Hollywood. You will find that many of our youngsters make it their pride and joy, imitating and emulating them, least realizing, don't even know what's in their personal life, where one football player made it very bold that I have bedded more than 500 women. And our youth are absolutely emulating and imitating them, which is absolutely fine, it's okay. What are we, as a community, have we lost our morals, our character? Where are we heading off to as Muslims? The month of Ramadan is to reflect, contemplate, as a whole community collectively together. Our seniors and elders will be helping and guiding us. Our youth are there to take this community forward. We need to ensure that we are helping our youth as well as our sisters as well. Not neglecting the sisters and only concentrating on the youth. So we need to balance it on both levels. And I'll finish with one beautiful incident of regarding Ka'ab bin Malik radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Amazing incident. He says, and it's the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says regarding himself, that I participated in every battle with the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, with the exception of one, and that is illa ghazwat Tabuk. Why? Because Tabuk, which was explicitly told, it was informed, I was told, I was warned and I did not participate in this battle. And then the Prophet ﷺ left for the expedition of Tabuk. And I said, I'll join in before he gets to Tabuk. And I'll join in whilst they are engaged in the expedition. Then I'll join in before they finish. And then eventually, when the Prophet ﷺ returned, Ka'b bin Malik was engrossed in his worldly affairs. When the Prophet ﷺ returned, the Munafiqeen, as usual, they came and they made the excuses. Allah paints this entire picture in the 11th juz of the Quran. يَعْتَذِرُونَ إِلَيْكُمْ إِذَا رَجَعْتُمْ إِلَيْهِمْ قُلْ لَا تَعْتَذِرُوا لَن نُؤْمِنَ لَكُمْ قَدْ نَبَّأَنَا اللَّهُ مِنْ أَخْبَارِكُم. Allah paints this entire picture how they came to the Prophet of Allah and gave the excuses. Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu, for a moment he said, you know what, I also wanted to present an excuse and then wiggle my way out of it later. But then whilst I was waiting to present myself to Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, the thought came in my mind that let me just say it as it is. So he presented himself to Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, and he said, O Prophet of Allah, I have no tangible excuse. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam then said, Amma hada faqad sadaq. This man has spoken the truth. Subsequently there was revelation, and the revelation was a social boycott against them. Who? The sincere Muslims. And amongst them was Ka'b bin Malik, Murara bin Rabi' and Hilal bin Umayyah. So there was 40 days boycott against them. After 40 days, another revelation comes upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then he said, now you must separate from your spouses. So I said, must I divorce her? He said, no, just separate. So I came home, I told my wife, you go to your family till Allah decides something. So that's regarding Ka'b bin Malik. Hilal bin Umayyah and Murara bin Rabi'. Hilal's wife came to Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, O Prophet of Allah, you will grant me some kind of concession. His age, he's not able to do anything on his own. His people, he's weak. He needs assistance. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, okay, but there should be no conjugal relationship. There should be no sharing of the bed. So Hilal's wife said, O Prophet of Allah, he's far from that now, and he's past that time and age. So everybody came to Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu and says, why don't you ask for some kind of concession? Why don't you ask for some kind of concession, and that will allow your wife to stay with you? And Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu says, وَأَنَا رَجُلٌ شَابٌ. If anybody that needed their wife, it was me, because I was the youngest out of the three. And I always say, and I always give this piece of advice regarding those who are married. Understand the perspective of marriage itself. That if your marriage is stable, you will be able to go through the financial difficulties, the political difficulties, or any adversity that will come your way. But if your marriage is not stable, but you have a prosperous business, a palatial home, an exotic car, your life will never be in order. Because the main aspect is your marriage has to be stable. You can have a prosperous business, it's fine. But when you come home, there will always be argument. Not to say that the person that has a stable marriage doesn't have arguments, but they will be able to at least make sure that things are calm. But what will happen if your marriage is not stable, it will only escalate. So Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu says, like this, 40 days passed, there was a social boycott against us, and then 10 days where there was absolutely, I was separated from my wife. فَكَمُّلَ لَنَا 50 لَيْلَةً مِنْ حِينَ نُهِيَ عَنْ كَبَابِنَا ثُمَّ صَلَّيْتُ صَلَاةَ الْفَجْرِ صَبَاحًا 50 لَيْلَةً عَلَى ظَهْرِ بَيْتٍ مِنْ بُيُوتِنَا. On the 51st morning, I was sat on the rooftop of my house. I had just performed my Salatul Fajr. And then he describes that the entire world had become narrowed upon me. وَضَاقَتْ عَلَيَّ الْأَرْضُ بِمَا رَحُبَتْ. It is as though the entire world had become narrowed upon me and I couldn't move forward. Whilst I was sitting in this kind of position, And I was just sitting there. سمعت صوت صارخ أوفى على سمعي. I heard someone screaming at the top of his voice. He went up the mountain and screamed, Ya Ka'b Abishir. Oh God, glad tidings. Ka'b radiallahu anhu says, I did not know what the glad tidings were. I only heard there was glad tidings. Ka'b radiallahu anhu says, فَخَرَمْتُ سَاجِدًا. I fell into prostration. How should we achieve this? Like Ka'b, go into sujood, go into prostration. When we're in difficulty, when we're in adversity, connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَعَرَفْتُ أَنَّهُ قَدْ جَاءَ فَرَجٌ. I seen that there was divine consolation. فَأَنذَرَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ النَّاسِ بِتَوْبَةِ اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. I seen the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam giving the general glad tidings that Allah has forgiven you and has pardoned you. People started running in all directions. Some ran to Hilal, some ran to Murara, some ran to me. وركز رجل إلي فرسا وسعى ساء من أسلم وأوفى على سلم. One of the individual got up onto his horse and galloped it as fast as he could. The other one, he ran up onto the mountain and screamed, Ya Ka'b Abishir. Ka'b radiallahu anhu says, when that individual, when he came closer to me, the one who screamed at the top of his voice on top of the mountain, when he came to me, I was absolutely ecstatic. I was elated. I was absolutely happy. And my joy knew no bounds. وَنَزَعْتُ لَهُ ثَوْبَيَّ. I gave him the clothes which I only owned. And then Ka'b radiallahu anhu says, I gave him that only pair of clothes which I owned, I gave him as a mark of joy. In Ma'arif al-Quran, it has been related regarding Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. Yahuda, when the eldest son, when he came with the shirt of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam to restore the eyesight of his father. فَلَمَّا أَنْ جَاءَ الْبَشِيرُ أَلْقَاهُ عَلَى وَجْهِهِ فَارْتَدَّ بَصِيرًا. Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam, because of the separation, he lamented Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam so long that he lost his eyesight. The whole point was to put the shirt on Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam's eyes, his face, so Allah will restore his eyesight. When Allah restored his eyesight, it brought great joy to Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam then said to his eldest son Yehuda, 7 days has passed, nothing has been made inside this home of ours, nothing tangible I can give you, but let me leave you with the dua, and the dua is, oh Allah, make the pangs of death easier for my son. Imam Qurtubi writes, this is the best dua, the best gift a man can give to his son. And today you tell your son, may Allah make the pangs of death easy for you. He'll say, he wants to kill me, he wants to die. He wants me to die before he can be. I mean, that's the kind of, the dua of the parents is absolutely paramount important. We need to capture the dua of our parents. That's another topic we should, inshallah, dive into. But it is amazing how we are only attracting the curse of our parents because of the negligence, because of the haughtiness and arrogance that we have towards our parents. When we're supposed to be capturing the du'as of our parents. So anyway, Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu, he says, I want you to get up and go and meet Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. يَتَلَقَّانِ النَّاسِ فَوْجًا فَوْجًا يُهَنِّئُنِي بِالتَّوْبَةِ. People were coming in scores, in multitudes, congratulating who? Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu. لِتَحْلِكَ تَوْبَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكَ تَحْلِكَ تَوْبَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكَ. How fortunate are you, Ka'b, that Allah accepted your tawbah in this world. What will happen to those who will be called to enter Jannah? Then come in. Those who will be entering Jannah, what will the angels, the malaika will say to them? Come in. Did Allah promise you that you will get this? Yes, the promise of Allah is that we are seeing, is being manifested before us. So Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu says, حتى دخلت مسجد النبوي صلى الله عليه وسلم جالس الناس. The Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was sitting with the other companions as I entered the masjid. I looked at my Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam's face, وهو يضرب وجهه. There was absolutely nur emanating from his face. It is as though there was a light on the face of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. And then you have real. Talha ibn Ubaydullah, he came running to Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu and embraced him. Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu says he came with such a warm embrace. I will never forget that. And then Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu approached Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam then said, Ya Ka'b, abshir bi khayri yawmin mundu alayka ولدتك أمك. يا كعب أبشر بخير يوم مر عليك منذ ولدتك أمك. يا كعب, oh Ka'b, it is the greatest day in your life from the time, and most probably the greatest day your mother has given birth to you. From the very inception, this is the best day of your life. In that joy and excitement, Ka'b bin Malik radiallahu anhu said, أَمِنْ عِنْدِكَ أَمْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. Does this joy come from you? Does this message come from you, or does it come from Allah? Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said that God, this is not from me, this is directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, you ask a youngster, you tell him that, you know what, the girl said, I like you. Then the youngster will say, did you say it or did she say it? If she said it, then I believe it. If you said it, then I don't believe it. So just like God had returned pardon, let us also finish the month of Ramadan in such a manner, in such a way that we are returned pardon from the last day, that's ending the month of Ramadan. Let us make so much tawbah that we haven't made tawbah in our life to such an extent that we ask Allah for forgiveness, just as a beggar is at the door of his master. The dog is at the door of his master begging for food. That is exactly how we need to beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these few remaining days that we have for the month of Ramadan. Brothers, value it. Value it before it is too late. We really need to value the month of Ramadan. There are people with us who are last year with us, who are presently with us, and you are absolutely amazing. We will see them regularly last year. They are no longer with us this year. Likewise, value every moment, every second Allah has blessed us with. The reason why I'm mentioning this, because many a time we become oblivious of death. And Allah has made it absolutely crystal clear, كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ, that every single person will inevitably taste death. Death will come upon them. In respect, how death will come upon is you got to decide. If you have the habit of doing evil things, then death will not come in. It will not come and pre-warn you, but it will surprise you and it will capture you by force and take you away. So remember, brothers, value every moment which Allah has blessed us with. Make dua to Allah. This is a strong sign of you. اللهم بالسلام اللهم عليك وعلى ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك ربنا كن شيئا حسنا وفي الاخره حسنا وقنا عذاب النار ربنا ظلمنا انفسنا وان تغفر لنا وترحمنا الخاسرين اللهم انا نسالك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والغنيمه من كل بر والسلامه من كل اثم لا تدع لنا ذنبا الا غفرته ولا هما الا فرجته ولا دينا الا قضيته ولا مريضا الا شفيته ولا حاجه من حوائج الدنيا ولا رضاك الا قضيتها ويسرتها يا ارحم الراحمين. ربنا وتقبل دعاء انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم. سمعنا وطاعنا غفرانك ربنا ولك المصير برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين.